Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane. So I'm going to be looking at my first book haul video to see if I actually read any of the books that I purchased at that point in time. I think this one is probably from October or November 2015, so I think I'm just ready for the cringe at this point. Like, honestly, I'm just ready. But I think it can go either two ways. I think there'll be ones that I read most of them, or ones that I bought just because everyone was talking about on BookTube and I felt like I needed to buy that kind of starting out my channel that I never ended up reading. So I think it can go in both directions. But alas, we can go take a trip down memory lane and experience all the cringe together. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, we're getting the headphones in. This is gonna be fun. I'm already ready. Like, I'm actually slightly stressed out for this, just because, yeah, it'll be cringe. I'm already not looking forward to it. For me though, I think it's just crazy to think how much BookTube has changed since then. So yeah, this is just gonna be very interesting. Oh my goodness, I look so cute. Alrighty, the October book haul 2015. It had 91 views, which is pretty consistent from what I post now. But yeah, oh my goodness. Hey everyone, it's Lexie, and today I'm going to share with you all the books that I got in October. The first book that I got— I sound like a chipmunk. I feel like my voice sounds so high, but oh my goodness, and I'm talking really fast. And I remember this setup too of this room. Like, I had my desk before I had these big shelves, like the kind of basic IKEA ones. I just had my desk and, you know, a shelf that I had since a kid, and one I think that was my parents when they were, you know, in their 20s. So, and my CD collection, which I still have, it's just in the basement now, but oh my goodness, so much nostalgia. Even just looking at the shelf now, I can see oh, I had the Clockwork series by Cassandra Clare, which I never read. The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, never read. And even any of the Cassandra Clare ones, which are very popular, I never read them, but I felt the need to have them. But we'll see. This is very, very interesting. Was The Secret Garden by Joanna Bashford, the postcard edition. And I saw these on Amazon. I was like, this would be a good idea. This would be fun to do because my sister is away for university, and I would be cute to send her some postcards. So as you can see, I already I'm so thoughtful. Oh my goodness. I still have these. I do use them occasionally. This is when there was that adult coloring book phase that was taking over everywhere. And so I did send these. I sent them to my sister. I sent them to my grandparents. So I did use these. I just don't color as much as I did back then. But man, I'm just so cute. And I still have that same cardigan. How funny would it be? I was actually thinking of wearing that one today. That would have been so funny if I wore it. One here, and I enjoyed these. I have The Secret Garden and Enchanted Forest, and I really enjoy those, and I think these are just a cute thing to do if you have a friend and you want to send postcards, so I think it's cute. The next book I got was Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wein, and I've heard a lot of good things about this book. I know it takes place during World War II with a fighter pilot, I think. This is funny because this became one of my favorite books of all time. I was obsessed with this. I underlined stuff. Some of the quotes in here really stuck with me, and even to this day, I listened to the audiobook, I want to say back in 2019, and I still enjoyed it just as much as I did back in, I guess, back in the day. So this is one that actually I actually read and I loved, and I read all the other ones that are kind of somewhat connected to this series. So yeah, I think that's so this is one I'm very surprised of myself, because looking at my shelf, there's a lot of things that I did not read at all behind me, but in this haul so far we're doing so good. The next book that I got was The Martian by Andy Weir, and I'm sure you've heard all about this. It's a very popular book here on BookTube, and it also was just made into a movie, and I've heard great things about that. And for those Yeah, so this one was another one that was like taking BookTube by storm, and everyone was really raving about the audiobook, and I think I got the audiobook from the library for this one. But this is one that I did read too, but I just didn't like it. I think this is a case where I did enjoy the movie. I think the movie did a better job at kind of condensing and really focusing on some of like the main storyline things. So far, like, man, I'm surprised. Oh my goodness. The next book that I got was The Career of Era by Robert. I'm like, Career of Rowling. And I read this is another one that I read. Oh my goodness, like, I'm so surprised. Like I said, it could go to like both ways. Like, it'd either be like I've read everything or I didn't read any of that at all. But this is my favorite book in the Cormoran Strike series. Like, this one literally gave me a book hangover when I read it. Like, I just loved it so much. So yeah, like, oh my goodness. And I do love this series. Like, I just read the newest release last month, so man, I'm doing so good. Like, man, I'm so surprised. Going along with the JK. Oh, yep. This is when these kind of illustrated editions were coming out, and I did read these. Usually I do read them like when they come out, and it's been how I've been rereading this series, because I read it when I was in going into grade 9, and that was like the first and only time that I read these. And so these are a good way to kind of, you know, reread the series and, you know, do so in kind of a different kind of format with the illustrations, and I think they do a really good job with these. So man, I'm doing good. Stone's Illustrated Edition, and I'm super excited for this book. I haven't read any of the Harry Potter books since high school, and I'm in my last year of university, so I'm thinking this would be a good thing to get me back into rereading the Harry Potter. Yep, and I'm still working on this reread. I think book 5 comes out in October, so that's one I plan to read over Christmas, so I'm still working on this reread. The next book that I got was Lost Ocean by Joanna Bashford, and this just came in the mail yesterday, and I haven't started it yet, but it's basically a color. Again, you can tell this was like peak adult coloring book era. I haven't really picked these up since then. Like, my mom will do it occasionally, but I was really into it, and then all of a sudden I just literally just stopped doing it, like cold turkey. But yeah, like I said, I still have them, but I think, you know, maybe I'll get back into an adult coloring book phase. But yeah, you can really tell this is the sign of the times of, you know, 2015. The last book that I got was Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, and I was late to board on to the Throne of Glass series. I'm more than halfway through Air of Fire, and this is the next book that I'm going to be reading. Oh my goodness, remember the days when there were like new Throne of Glass books? I remember being obsessed with this series, and like I think I do like the ACOTAR series more, but yeah, like I do. Oh my goodness, like back in the day where everyone was so excited about this series, and I feel like it did lose a lot of popularity kind of as it progressed. But yeah, because I think the last book came out in like 2018, I want to say 2019, so it like did last a long time, and I remember just being so excited with this series, and I do feel like it's one that I definitely want to reread. But yeah, I read this one too. With the hype and I was maybe setting my expectations too high, but I've really enjoyed this series, and I've heard good reviews about this book, so I'm excited to start this one. That's where it kind of takes the turn for a different, that's where it kind of takes the turn for the kind of becoming not so YA and like creating new adult. So yeah, I'm actually very pleasantly surprised. This was actually good timing. Someone's getting their lawn mowed. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised that I read all the books in here. Like I said, I could have gone two ways, and clearly there were books on my shelves behind me that I purchased, didn't all, but never read. So I think it's very, I'm actually like, you know, good job, like 2015 Lexie, like great job. But holy smokes, man, that brought me back. Besides like the adult coloring books, like all the other books I did end up reading, and for the most part I did really enjoy. So I think that was like a pretty good first haul, because I did read all those books. I think like I could make this, do more of these videos in the future and kind of react to these, because there are definitely books that I purchased throughout kind of my BookTube you know, era that I definitely did not end up reading. So I think I just got really lucky with this one. I don't think it will be like this anymore. But let me know if you want to see more of these reaction videos to my old hauls, and if I read any of them that I feature in there down below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just watching this video. Also, thank you so much for those of you who stuck around from like my early days. Yeah, we've grown quite a bit since then, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.